Welcome back to the Smugsy Show. I'm Smugsy, your host. Almost every Wednesday we meet here to talk about important things and important people. This week it's manhunts. Ongoing and recently concluded. Of course, I'm talking about the killer in Pennsylvania that was apprehended today, thank God, after 2 weeks of being on the lam. Yeah, this guy, Danelo Calvalcante, real charmer, murdered somebody in Brazil, then came over here and killed his girlfriend in front of her children, and then escaped a Pennsylvania jug, slithered out, scrambled up the wall, dove through the wire, and escaped. Law enforcement have been searching a 10-mile area in western Pennsylvania, calling in reinforcements from surrounding states, including Vermont. Infrared technology, heat-sensing planes employed to track down this fugitive. Finally today, caught by a dog named Yoda. So thank you, Yoda, for biting Danelo's scalp and pulling him out from the bushes, causing a huge gash in his head and blood to go down his face that appeared in the mugshots. Good dog. Good boy. Another manhunt, equally exciting and maybe more dangerous, is the hunt for the new producer of the Kirk Minihane Show. And I'm a little worried. Not that there's going to be a murder, but that there might be an injury. Jack Coleman's on deck for Friday. And I'm not a betting person, but if I was, I might wager that Coleman's time on the show as a producer might be less than Aaron Rodgers playing for the Jets this week. But we'll see. Jack Coleman's sort of my friend. We had an interview once, but I forgot to turn on his screen so you can't see his face. But he did the work. He cares. But it's interesting that Kirk Minihane's having such a hard time trying to find a producer. I mean, there's manhunts and then there's manpower, the temporary agency, which he might have to call to get a producer to fill in on the show. And he wonders why. He doesn't see that he's so difficult to work for because he has, mood swings and works, Sunday nights as a workaholic. Never shuts up. Always interrupts. I mean, he can't keep a schedule to save a life. He says he's going to be on vacation, then he's not on vacation. His shows are 3 hours long. Big shoes to fill, too. Steve Robinson and Dave Cullinane. I mean, Steve Robinson did go out on mental leave, and Dave Cullinane, I'm sure, is going to spend a week or two in rehab once he finally gets cut loose. But Friday, we'll see. Good luck, Jack Coleman. The question really about manhunts is what it means to be a man. And I think that's the niche of the Kirk Minihane Show, is a lot of the fans, a lot of the guests, Kirk himself, are on a journey, right? Searching for their manhood, trying to discover what it is to be a man. Kirk, I guess, trying to figure out why his father never approved of him. But I gotta wonder, I would pay money to talk to the therapist that has been counseling Kirk Minihane for 36 years. I mean, wow. Imagine that. 36 years. You know who's also a man this week? Drew Barrymore. She's the man. She's the man for doing her show, like me. Okay? Yes, there's a strike. The writers in Hollywood are striking. And obviously the writers for this show are on strike. And I have not hired any writers. So technically I'm not a scab. But the show must go on. And Drew Barrymore, continuing her show, has my full support. Full support. And you know who else has my full support this week? Mitt Romney. He's a man. He is a man. Mitt Romney, the Mormon from Utah who was able to get elected as governor of Massachusetts. That takes talent. I wish he was running for re-election in the United States Senate. I don't believe that a man in his 70s or 80s is too old. This age thing, I mean, what's so great about young leaders? Look at Kim Jong-un, Korea Kim, North Korea Kim. The only thing that's interesting about that 39-year-old fat shit dictator is that he's got a green bulletproof train. Did you see it this week? It's cool. The guy actually has something cool. Olive green bulletproof train that he took from North Korea over to Russia to meet his pal, Vladimir Putin, to talk about how they're going to pal around with Xi, take over the world. Is that what it means to be a man? Dictators? Manhood. Youth. I'm into being old. I think age and wisdom and beauty are like fine wine. You know, they get better with time. And I think it's very interesting that Kirk Minihane admitted that his proclivity as a child was to look at pornography of MILFs. Okay? Well, maybe that explains why he's reluctant to come on this show. I mean, if you put two and two together. But let it be known that if there does come a time when Kirk doesn't have any producers and he has nowhere to go to produce his show, that he's always welcome here on the Smugsy Show. And so are you. And until next time, this is Smugsy Girl signing off. Take care.